and welcome back to my channel. Meet my elder sister Bhanu.
Hi.
She is 5 years elder than me and this is the first time we are filming together. So in today's video we decided that we are going to talk about farewell. As everyone knows, this is farewell season and we decided that we are going to give you some tips of how you can organize yourself.
What you should and should not do, basically have a synchronized way to do things out, and so that you don't get confused in the last moment, because farewell is a very important part of our lives and it's a time when we
are going to cherish
like our entire lives. So basically farewell is that time when girls are very confused as to what to wear, what they should wear as an accessory along with their attire, and then with the heels, then comes with the parlor stuff. You guys must be knowing.
So 3 years ago when I had my farewell, I was very confused because I didn't know what should I do. I did a lot of research. I searched on YouTube and on the internet everywhere, and I just couldn't find any appropriate information that could help me out, that what should I do. Though she was there to help me out, but still I wanted to find something that could help me, that could help me more, you know.
And I live in Delhi, so it was not very easy for me to actually go and select the outfit with her, and on WhatsApp also it's not that easy. So she was like entirely on her own. All I could do was guide her. So there are many girls who actually don't have elder sisters or, you know, such siblings who can actually help. Either they're living out of station or they're single children of their parents, so they need a lot of guidance because it's something totally new for them. Getting ready for a marriage and for a farewell are two different things, because here you want to look young and not elder because of your makeup. You want to just keep it subtle and attractive, but you even want to look very pretty but not very elderly. So there's very thin line between being pretty and being very mature, look very mature.
We are going to talk about the parlor stuff and what you should do and how you should organize everything. So if you want to know, then please keep on watching. So firstly and most importantly, I would highly recommend you guys to list out everything that what you think that you should get done in the parlor, and so that you are very much organized and at the last moment you're not a mess that you should do that or you have missed anything that you wanted to do. So I would recommend you guys to list out everything.
You should even list out the things you need. For example, if I talk about your attire, so basically in farewell in India, which is basically a social, so what we do is that girls are mostly wearing saris. Suits, very less cool, but it's mostly saris. So when obviously it's like 95% of the time this is the first time a girl is wearing a sari in her entire life, because we don't wear saris so at a very early age. So it's basically at the age of 16, 17, that is our farewell time, where we explore that whole line of fashion, you can say. And at this point of time we prefer buying matching earrings, the accessories with our saris, and then the heels. So it's a huge process. A long time is wasted in shopping. So first of all, you need to, when you select a sari, you need to even see like what kind of blouse you want to get it stitched, because we are very much picky about what kind of design of blouse you want. It should be deep, it should be this, and then very trendy, up to date. With saris, basically you should have matching earrings. You should have a proper footwear which is very comfortable, so that when you walk and you're going in your farewell, it shouldn't be that you're falling or tripping or something like that.
So
you should be very comfortable with your footwear. Footwear is something which actually carries or keeps your entire evening or your entire day of the farewell, like whatever, regardless the timing of your farewell, whether it's an evening farewell or a daytime farewell. So
you won't be basically able to enjoy your time if your footwear is not comfortable.
Yeah. And if we talk about the attire again, like you have the petticoat and the blouse, so you should just give it for stitching at least a month in advance, so that if any changes needs to be done, you can get it done 1 week before. So that, because many times it is this stage where, you know, boards are going on and many girls are losing weight or they're gaining weight, so there is a lot of weight fluctuation at this point of at this age. So you should just have a proper fitting. You can't just wear a loose blouse or a very tight blouse, so that that looks very weird when you wear it.
The things that I will recommend you guys to get done is detan, cleaning, bleaching, waxing, eyebrows, upper lips, of course. And spa is an option, but it's not very important. But you can get it done according to your preference. But I won't say that it's compulsory. But if you want to get it done, you can.
Yeah, so if you're going to the parlor, I would recommend that there are many girls who have a particular lady who takes care of their waxing and everything, so they can just take a prior appointment so that there's no rush, because this season, basically the winter time, it's basically a marriage season, so there's a lot of rush in the parlors. So you should take a prior appointment and
take your appointment 1 week before your farewell.
Like 3-4 days also would be good enough, but just give a prior information that you would be coming anytime soon, and just even list out the things that you want to get done, and if necessary you can even take a proper recommendation as to what you should do, because everybody's skin is different. So if detan is necessary for you, because she has a very sensitive skin, so she is very prone to tanning. As soon as she goes out, she'll just get tan and then she'll come back. And if, for example, my skin, I get tan, but it does take some time, so it's not so immediate. So as per your skin type, you can get the bleaching also done, so that there's no reaction, and detan and all the other process.
So basically, detan is a process where you get your tan removed, and I will recommend that go for 2 sessions. I think that 1 session is not enough to get rid of your tanning. You will just see a minor change. You should go for minimum 2 sessions for detan.
You can even skip it. It's not compulsory again. It's not that we are saying that you have to go for it, so you're going for it on just because we are saying that you have to take 2 sessions. It depends on your skin, how fast it's reacting to the detan packages, and how is it reacting to the pack. So it all depends to your skin type, I can say. Every person's skin is different, every person reactions to different things are different, so you can just see what is convenient for you and go accordingly.
So after detan, I will talk about cleaning. Cleaning, I would again recommend because
cleaning you should do.
Yeah, your skin will look smooth, and it will look much more healthier.
Even there'll be a shine and glow to your skin, because going to school every day makes your skin dull, because you have a lot of exposure.
And when you will be applying makeup, it will sit on your skin very nicely. It won't look very cakey or something,
or uneven also.
Yeah,
so
it will look nice.
Cleaning also helps you with the detanning thing also, because if not detan also, you can get a cleaning done. I think that is also sufficient, because basically why do we do cleaning? It's basically to clean your blackheads and the whiteheads or the impurities in your skin. So this is why you get a cleaning done. So even if you don't get a detan, then cleaning can do 50% of the job.
Yeah.
So I won't say 100, I can say 60 to 70 also, because
if you don't want to get your detan done, then you can go for cleaning.
Cleaning is necessary. I would suggest to go for a cleaning.
So the next point will be bleaching. If you have a sensitive skin like me, I would recommend that you should go for bleach for sensitive skin. Don't use any other, like for dry skin or something. It can react to your skin, and you may have some rashes or redness on your face. So be sure to use the sensitive one. And for bleaching, I would say that do your bleach when you're done with your hair removal, that is your eyebrows and upper lips, because if you get your bleach done and whenever you take pictures and the light is on your face, your hair tends to reflect back, and that does not look cute at all. I will tell you that get your hair removal first and then go for your bleaching. And there are some girls that have a lot of hair on their back and on their stomach. So rather than getting your stomach and your back waxed, I will recommend that you should go for bleaching, because we basically have baby hair on our back and on our stomach, and when you get these baby hair waxed, there's a high chance that you are going to get rashes. Your skin is going to get red. If you're someone that you have a lot of hair, then you can go for waxing. Consult the lady who is going to wax your stomach or your back. Consult her if it will be appropriate.
Secondly, we even bleach our face. We bleach our face to hide the baby hairs that we have. Basically this area, I would say. I have that the same problem too. This area, this area, and then
Forehead.
please, I would recommend don't use a razor. Your skin is too sensitive, and you still have baby hair, so please don't damage your skin by watching other videos of shaving your this. They know how to do it. I would just say don't do it on your this. You might end up
Don't
looking like- experiment on your own, because you might end up looking like a man. So I would not recommend that, especially before your farewell. You can just experiment later once your skin is a little bit more mature. Yeah, I would talk about eyebrows, upper lips. See, if it's the first time you're getting it done, if for example you're bleaching today, so get your eyebrows, upper lips done 1 or 2 days prior to that.
So that the skin around that gets
Yeah.
time to heal.
Yeah,
And because in bleach we use chemicals and that can irritate the area if you
it might turn red also.
yeah.
Basically, get it done before you're bleaching, at least 2 days in advance, so that there's no chemical reaction there.
Yeah. One tip that we both want to give is drink a lot of water. Drink as much water as you can, because this will just clean your body and you will not have any toxins, and that will keep your skin looking healthy and glowy, because you don't want any pimples on your face.
Unnecessary breakouts, sudden breakouts just before the day, the D-Day, you can say. So I would say just have a lot of water or anything
Eat
liquid.
healthy
Yeah.
and keep your face clean as much as possible. If you have oily skin, and keep a tissue so that you can blot the excess oil.
Okay, whenever you are experimenting with the makeup, I know girls are very excited. So, in regards to the makeup,
I
they're very
was.
particular. What kind of makeup they want on their farewell. So, they even tend to experiment for a few days before. Like for a few days, they keep on experimenting. So I would
started
recommend-
experimenting 1 month before my farewell.
Okay,
I was super excited. Actually,
I didn't experiment at all. Okay, at my time, we makeup was not such a big deal. So it was just that you'll go to the parlor lady and then she'll
I
apply a
went
lot of
crazy,
makeup.
you know. I literally went crazy. I went for shopping. Especially, I went to Delhi to buy makeup. I bought foundation, concealer, and I didn't actually use that. But I was so excited that I actually got stuff and I didn't use that.
But one thing I would recommend, see, if you are practicing makeup, just keep your skin clean after you're done. Just don't leave
Wash it properly.
Yeah, wash it properly, keep it hydrated, and moisturize it properly before going to bed, and so that there are no remains or anything left on your skin, so which tends to break out the next day. Secondly, I would just say, if you're a girl who loves makeup, I would recommend, even if you're going to the parlor for makeup, take your things along. Many times when you go to a parlor, the same foundation is used on many people, the same palettes and stuff. So you can just request the parlor lady to use your makeup. So that it's, firstly, I'm not saying unhygienic.
It's
I'm not
hygienic
saying
if
it's
you use your
unhygienic.
own
The
thing.
parlor, I'm not saying the parlor people, whatever makeup they have, it's very unhygienic or something like that. No offense to them. You can go to a very good parlor. I can assure you the quality must be very good. But if you buy your own makeup, firstly, you have a new exposure to the makeup area, so you can explore more. And secondly, if you take this product, you know that it's yours, it's bacteria free, and only you are using it. There's no one else or no third person who is using it. So you're sure that it won't damage your skin or there will be no chemical reaction. Whereas in the parlor, many people use the same makeup. So there's a huge tendency, if you have a sensitive skin, there's a huge tendency that you might end up breaking out after your farewell, which obviously you don't want, because it's not necessary that you should have a good skin only before farewell. It should be after the farewell as well. So I would just recommend, just be careful of all these things depending on your skin. And then other than that, I think so that should be enough for today.
Yeah, and if you want us to do more farewell related videos, do let us know in the comment section below. We would love to do that, and we will be very glad to help you guys out.
You can just let us know you want help in regards to what, hair or makeup or any guidance related to your outfit. you can just ask us. Whatever help we can give you, we would be happy to do that.
And if you want to contact us, and if you're feeling shy to write your problem in the comment section, you can always reach out. My email address will be in the description box below.
And even her Snapchat ID.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And my Instagram, all my social media will be in the description box below, so feel free to reach out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, that's it. I love you all. Bye.